The final step in the plan is to minimise taxes. I would note that my partner, who's unfortunately not present this afternoon, Jim Edmonds, is a former Inspector of Taxes, and he's the proverbial gamekeeper come poacher and heads our specialist tax unit. Now the field of taxation is daunting in its scale, and I wouldn't wish to try and attempt too much, but other than to identify a number of areas where I think significant savings can be generated. The first of these is incorporation. Now, for those businesses that are limited companies, this is not particularly relevant to them, but other businesses that aren't, it can be quite relevant. So a company is generally a good environment to shelter excess profits, retaining more cash for growth and building long-term value for the owners. And I would emphasise its excess profits. If all of the profits are taken out by the owners to finance lifestyles, then the main advantage of a company is lost. And that main advantage of the company is that it offers lower tax rates, maximum 23.75% at the moment under current rates, versus the personal tax rates at a maximum of 45%. That's nearly double the rate. And incorporation also offers a significant windfall opportunity at the outset, at the point of incorporation, through the capitalisation of business goodwill. And I have seen instances where this capitalisation of goodwill has resulted in tax savings of several £100,000, which is not to be sneezed at. Other significant reliefs, and in no particular order. For new businesses, there is an NIC holiday where you employ others, and it has a value up to £5,000. For small businesses, there are VAT flat rate schemes which should be adopted where savings are evident, and it should be possible for the business to consider the scheme and decide whether it represents an opportunity to make savings or not. Ubiquitous pension schemes, pension contributions are always there. Leading on from what Stephen had been telling you in the previous presentation, the annual allowance is £50,000 per annum, which allows for quite a significant contribution, and there is the opportunity to carry forward unused reliefs over a 4-year period to allow up to a £200,000 contribution. Capital allowances on plant and machinery, now very generous. 100% annual investment allowance on the first £250,000 of expenditure. That won't be around forever. As soon as the Chancellor believes that he's got growth back again into the economy, he will be reducing that. So I think it's a significant opportunity for major investment if you're positive enough about your business. Innovation R&D relief on qualifying expenditure, and it is frequently misunderstood that innovation doesn't just apply to R&D companies and technology companies and such like. It can apply to any business which innovates and does things differently. There are a number of tests that the revenue requires that to go through, but it is quite amazing. And in our client base, we would have at least 20 clients who you would never think would qualify for R&D expenditure, R&D relief, who claim it. And it can be quite attractive, qualifying for allowance of up to 225% of the expenditure incurred. There's the patent box for those who go into the area of patented invention. There's the income from royalties and profits generated from patent invention is taxed at 10%, so identifying such income can lead to significant savings. Moving on slightly, for those who are seeking to attract outside investment through the Enterprise Investment Scheme and Seed Enterprise Investment Scheme, which is a new relief, there are tax reliefs for the investor which don't flow to the company, but it may well be sufficient to attract that money to the company in the first place. And finally, for those who are considering exiting the business, there's entrepreneur relief, which is taxed at 10% only compared to normal capital gains tax rates of 28%. So I think each of those represents a significant opportunity to do business in much more efficient ways. I've included a further slide here about business systems. I don't intend to dwell on it, and it's not a part of the step plan. I put it in here because I think business systems and controls are central to delivery of a solid business and growth-oriented business. And frequently, a business can survive or prosper on the strength of its systems. So if you consider that cash is the lifeblood of the business, then systems are the pulse of the business, and you as business owners and managers need to have your finger on the pulse all of the time. So how can we help? I mentioned to you at the start about how we believe ourselves to be unique, and the fact that we take a very commercial view and have that experience to back it up. But we also would claim that we specialise in business development and can provide the support needed to improve your business, increase your profitability, generate more cash and build long-term value for you, the managers and shareholders. And we focus on the relationship, on the whole relationship, the business and owner together. We don't see them as two halves and deal with them differently. It's the one issue for us within small business. We as partners work hand in hand with our clients, and we're not remote, we're readily accessible. And we do, the whole team, partners and staff, we all seek to build strong long-term working relationships with clients. We can provide, and we do for many of our clients, provide the equivalent of in-house accounting expertise in a very cost-effective way. And we also do all the things other accountants do, and our full range of services are included within the pack you got. So thank you for listening.